This is blogger 00425791 trying to show you a computer here about electronic code of federal regulations, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to make sure I'm not breaking any laws here, and I'm a little nervous about no unreasonable discrimination. I want to make sure I'm not discriminating anybody. A person engaged in the provision of fixed broadband internet access service insofar as such person is so engaged shall not unreasonably discriminate in transmitting lawful network traffic over a consumer's broadband internet access service. Reasonable network management shall not constitute unreasonable discrimination. That's really broad. Jeez. Okay, let's open that back up again. Let's see if there's something else that comes at me. No blocking, transparency. I don't think I've got any opponents. Do I have to do a formal complaint on things? Am I supposed to do stuff like that? Any person may file a formal complaint alleging a violation of the rules in this part. Okay, yeah, so that's anybody that wants to file a complaint that feels that I've broken any parts as related to Electronic Code of Federal Regulations. Confidentiality of propriety information. Propriety. Let's look and see what that means specifically. Any materials filed in the course of a proceedings under this part of the designated propriety by the party, if believes and act in good faith that the materials fall within exemption to disclosure contained by the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA 5 USC 552B. Any party asserting confidentiality of such materials shall so indicate by clearly making each page or portion thereof for which proprietary designation is claimed. If priority designation is challenged, the party claiming confidentiality will have the burden of demonstrating by the preponderance of evidence that the material designated as propriety falls underneath the standards for non-disclosure enunciated in the FOIA. Okay, so if people don't like what they've said, they need to say that it is not appropriate, and they'll have to file a petition, and then it will be removed if the preponderance of the evidence suggests that it was bad, but you have the burden of proof. So honesty and good faith is the only thing I spoke in. Submissions containing information claimed by propriety in a section should not be submitted to the conference. Submitted to commission in confidence pursuant of the requirements going way far back. Now my eyes are doing great now. Of this chapter and clearly marked not for public inspection. An edited version removing proprietary data should be filed with the commission for inclusion in the public. Will have filed within 5 days from the date of the unedited reply is submitted. Shall be served by the opposing parties. Well, you know, my stuff's been on for greater than 5 days and it's unedited. Haven't edited any of the videos at all, so they're sitting there. Except as provided in paragraph D of this section, my propriety disclosed solely to the following person. So D says, and it's way down at the bottom, commission will entertain is subject to proper showing a party's request to further restrict access to proprietary information by specified by the party. By other parties will have an opportunity to respond to such requests. So if they shut me down, I'll need a lawyer to respond, or I'll just go respond myself. Why not? And I'll fucking film that too, and I'll just change my doc number to a different number. So shut me down, I'll just open myself up. I have Freedom of Information Act. It looks like I have some other freedoms too. Freedom of information, and I'm not harming you, and so if I'm not harming you and I'm telling you the truth, it looks like you basically got to prove that I'm trying to be a bad person here, and I'm not. And I'm not going to do anything to you bad or anybody bad. I'm just going to try to report things as if they're I just want them to be viewed in my point of view as either being a benefit or a potential harm to society. That's all I'm trying to do here. When the complaint is terminated, proceeding, including all appeals, petitions, all original reproductions of any proprietary material, along with the long recording, persons who receive copies of such material should provide to the producing party. In addition, upon final termination of proceeding, any notes or other work product derived in whole or in part of proprietary materials of an opposing third party shall be destroyed. Okay, so you can pull it off, but you'll fight. Alright. Each party shall maintain a log recording. I don't know all these words here, but this looks pretty big. So, it looks like what I'm doing here as a blogger, 0042579161, is legal within limitations. After it's been on for 5 days and they haven't said anything, pretty much then that's it. So, positive ideas is what I'd like to work with here, but if I see something that happens that isn't right, I'll just report it. And that's what should be done. We don't have a federal government that's working for us, so I guess we'll just have to work with each other, and then that's what we have to do to make this a better place to live in. God bless America, and the rest of the world too.